good to call it WAS up.
WASD
up.
That would have been awesome, but yeah, probably.
It's still early, yeah. It's still early.
Still...
We might come up with a good one, yeah.
That's right.
Who knows?
Oh, also, not that it will probably be fine. I do have to leave by 5. I forgot.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
But I think we'll be fine. Yeah.
No problem. I'm more about 4:30 myself.
Right. Okay, that would be ideal for me personally.
No worries. So looks like the audio's coming through. Okay.
Excellent. Oh yeah, I need to.
That would help.
Yeah.
Otherwise, we got to do all sign language instead. First class, sign language.
Oh goodness. Let's see. So there we are. Excellent. There we go. Oh, great. Yeah, I got an ad too. I thought I was subscribed. I need to subscribe to my own thing. Yeah, so I just recently started legally driving.
Oh,
yes, legally. But that means that other people have found out that I'm, quote, legally driving, which means I have to give all of my friends lifts and stuff. But the funny thing was, I had a friend that said, oh, can you take me by my parents' house tomorrow for Easter? And I was like, yeah, that's no problem. And they're like, oh, yeah. You're totally invited, by the way. It'll be great. I was like, yeah, free meal. Heck yeah. Yeah. And then they're like, oh, yeah, you realize you're the designated driver. And I was like, I've never been a designated driver in my life. What? They're like, yeah, you can't drink. I was like, what? Are you telling me there's a downside to driving that I have to not drink?
Yes! This is the problem I have with my partner because I do like a drink when I go out.
Oh, yeah,
and she doesn't drink. But she won't drive either, so I have to have
No!
She just loves me driving her around, so I even got, like pair of driving gloves and a hat.
That's awesome.
You've actually seen the hat. I wore it at W.A.S.D. So I go around driving with Mario Kart.
Oh, that's great.
And the CD as well, put in, playing Mario Kart tracks.
CD?
That's awesome.
Yes. I got the soundtrack for the original Mario Kart for Wii U. Just before the Nintendo Club Nintendo shut down.
Oh, okay, yeah. I mean, you should probably be keeping that in pristine condition, not in a car stereo, if I'm honest. But, yeah.
Well, it wasn't mine to start with. I managed to get it up for like a Wallapop or something. So
I was going to say, like, whose car stereo did you steal that one out of?
I still have a CD in my car. It's from 2008, thank you.
Oh, okay. That's fine.
I just thought everyone connected by Bluetooth now, taking their phone calls through their speakers, that I can hear as I walk past them.
We really need to update that.
Ugh, yeah. I hate that, because I'm like, I get in my car to get away from people, and then my phone automatically connects, and I forget about it, and then it'll start ringing while I'm driving. I'm like, no! This is my time!
And then people like me who are walking down the street can just hear your phone through your speakers, hear your private conversations as I casually stroll down the street.
Oh my gosh!
So many bits of gossip I've heard around this area just because of that.
Yeah,
and believe you me, I've got earphones on most of the time, so if I can hear it over those,
so loud. I can hear people dialing in the car next to me, and it's like,
Always the funniest.
And I don't have this problem because I'm a Canadian.
I mean, who has? I don't take phone calls anymore. They're all voice messages off like WhatsApp nowadays.
Oh yeah.
I had to get rid of WhatsApp. I just couldn't do it. It's like, leave me alone.
Look, I got bored of having to spend money on sending pictures, so it seemed like the perfect opportunity for that.
To be fair, if I had people I legitimately spoke to on the phone or sent pictures or interacted with at all, I think WhatsApp would be good.
We got Discord for that, haven't we?
Yeah, see?
Look, I knew that was going to come up. If Rachel was using Discord, I would say yes, I would move exclusively to Discord for conversation.
Right.
But she won't.
Yeah, it's hard to get people out of what they're used to. Whereas I'm just like, my phone, I still have an iPhone 6, I think. It's either a 6 or a 7. I'm not big on communication. I throw it in the ocean, leave me alone.
And to put it in perspective, Rachel just bought an iPhone 12 and
Oh my
sold
gosh.
a 6S like for 30
See,
quid.
I'm
so yeah, that's how old your phone is.
Yeah. I think it's gonna make it through one more update, and then I'm gonna have to get something, and I'm just like,
Yes.
So that's when you get that's when you'll get the iPhone 8.
My mum was also updated as well from that.
Yeah.
My mum just had to buy a new iPad for the same reason.
Yeah. Well,
Spend a lot of money on that.
I buy new iPads as soon as they come out. Like boom, boom, boom. I get the newest one.
Like,
my phone is like, no, just no. Oh, it's so embarrassing because I had a guy over. He was he like clears out like block drains and stuff like that. This is an older dude, like seriously older, and he was like, oh, come over here and see this drain, you want to take a picture, blah blah. And I was like, okay. I couldn't operate my phone. I couldn't open it. He looked at me like, is something wrong with you? I was like, I'm sorry, I never used this thing ever.
Actually using it as a phone.
Yeah.
What
is this?
Who makes a phone call these days? It's all.
You barely have your phone with you because
never.
You do is on the iPad, isn't it?
Yep,
So.
I never take my phone. Never. Like if it's in my coat pocket or hoodie pocket or jacket pocket when I get in the car, like I said, it automatically connects. Outside of that, I forget I even have one.
Oh, of course.
I love silence.
I can't leave
That's the thing with phones. Do you remember when the big feature for a phone was they actually had the time on it? And now we have absolutely everything else on it. People don't even wear watches anymore.
No, exactly.
And occasionally they might make.
Well, they do actually. Yeah, they just wear smartwatches now.
Well, I mean, and that's funny.
Smartwatches. Yeah.
I went down a rabbit hole.
They can take phone calls. We have phones that we can use to check the time.
That's right.
And then we've got the watch so that we can make phone calls.
It's true.
But you still need the phone in your pocket to be able to do it.
Yes.
Oh my goodness. And I'm just like, no, I don't want to talk to anyone. Leave me alone.
But yeah, you still pick up calls on Discord.
Sometimes. I try to ignore them.
Oh, you try, but I would pester you to death.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Come on, we got a podcast to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
It's like, God, where are you?
I know. I think that's enough pre-ramble. Shall we get this show on the road?
We'll give chat 3 more minutes. How's that?
Oh yes, you and your
that
usual
bombshell.
Yeah.
Exactly. Oh goodness. I'm surprised. Because it's Saturday. That's why. I'm like, where's our guys? But it's Saturday.
Yeah, exactly. So I sort of expected this anyway. It's just obviously because of scheduling issues. I told you guys beforehand, but I haven't told everyone else. I'll tell everyone else on this show.
Yeah.
Because obviously the audio version's going to come out a little bit earlier.
Is it? You're going to go ahead and do it earlier?
I'm going to put it tomorrow,
okay.
Yeah.
That's fine, yeah.
Okay.
It's Easter as well, so
it's something
to wake up to.
Exactly.
Because I've been scheduling it in for about 4 a.m. So usually, like then it will hit the East Coast like just before the day's end.
Right. Yeah, we have done really well. Last 2 weeks, the U.S. has just that's our biggest listeners, and it's it went.
But
the downloads went up crazy.
I think that's why, because I've been scheduling them in for different, for 4 a.m. and
that's
before the times changed as well.
Yeah.
So they were getting them right at the end of the day at Sunday.
Yep. Well, they're our biggest
getting it first
audience.
thing Monday mornings we wake up.
Yep. Well, I think it's great. Yeah. I think it's great.
It seems to work.
And our audience as well is very, very much based in the US, and I think a lot of people, for a lot of also the smaller sites and that, the audience just comes straight from the US, and including Canada as well.
Oh yeah. We have a little bit of Canada. I would say it's third. US, UK, Canada. Yeah, probably goes like
we
that.
do have a few of the old Canadians. So
Canadians.
Canadians.
Yeah. It's probably just. It's probably just my aunt and uncle anyway. So. But, chat, you got 1 more minute, and then we're going to start this banger of a show. This whiz banger. Ooh, yeah.
Getting excited, man.
That's right. That's right. Get that hype train going. Excellent.
Get that positive energy.
Oh yeah, we love that. All the positivity. I was gonna start a company. Unfortunately, it's already been started.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Feel Good Inc. Come on, that's a good reason.
There you go. But called Positivity. And I was gonna do like custom tea blends and stuff like that, but somebody already did it. So, and then I was gonna do Positivity with t-shirts because that's what I do. But it also exists. So I'm just like, stop creating things.
Like, damn you, creative people! Stop creating the things I want to make.
Exactly. Stop having the idea before me.
Yeah, exactly.
Damn you.
All right.
Yeah, let's
chat. I've given you plenty of time, but you guys will join in. They'll trickle in when they realize it's Saturday, but they're live.
Yeah, they'll trickle in, but then there'll be the audio version. It's fine. So sort of understand people are going to be around busy today. So.
Oh yeah, I mean the whole weekend is a holiday weekend anyway. So,
yeah, exactly. So they'll have a bit more time anyway.
Pete, do you want to count me in?
Sure. I'm going to start recording now. So, 3, 2.
Welcome. Oh my gosh, I got choked up on the intro. Can you believe that? Let's try that again. Welcome to episode 118 of Rapid Reviews Radio podcast, where we have a very fun, very, very fun show today that I've been looking forward to. We have a special guest with us, one friend of the show, Mike Tendo.
Who's that then?
That's you.
Right. Sorry. The old timers kicking in. The old timers kicking in.
Yeah, the actual friend of the show who's referenced many times. Finally makes an appearance.
Finally, after, 2 years of recording, friend of the show makes an actual appearance on the show. I love it. Absolutely love it. And then, of course, my ever-present co-host, Pete. Say hi, Pete.
Hello.
Because I forgot to introduce
I don't know why I put thumb up there for forgetting this is an audio thing, you know.
That's all right.
You need to go and watch this on YouTube and Twitch as well. So
I was going to say, exactly. Great time to plug that. And then I, of course, am your co-host extraordinaire, Kylie Wild. Now, usually what I like to do is I start the show and I check in with everyone, see how their week's been. So let's do that now. Mike, how has your week been?
My week has actually been very, very good. I'm currently in the UK. I mean, I live in Spain personally, but I'm down to visit my brother for his 30th. And Pete was encouraging me on Discord as well, saying, "Will you be going to W.A.S.D for the weekend?" And I was like, "Oh, I might do, but when does it happen?" And it just gave me the dates and said, "Oh, well, that's convenient. It happens exactly, the few days before my brother's birthday, so it just worked out well."
That's really good, actually. And it also gave us a show, so I'm happy.
We're all about the content here, you know?
Yeah, because I didn't have to do anything. To be fair, I normally don't. That's all Pete's job.
I'm sure you do plenty.
I mean, it was near to me, so I was going to go, but I did tag you into a couple of, competitions to try and win tickets.
Yeah.
So you could come over.
Oh, man. Next year, it is on. It is on like Donkey Kong. I'm going to everything that is absolutely open and available.
Well, if I can afford to go, then I definitely will. But yeah, we'll consider that in the future.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, so Pete, how about you? How's your week been?
Manic. Very manic. So yeah, busy time at work as per usual. Lucky it's a 4-day weekend, obviously, to use the break.
Mm-hmm.
Yesterday I saw Rachel for a bit, and then went to go and see my cousin and play with the kids for a bit, and God, they knocked me out even after 2 hours. But I got home and I watched Ford versus Ferrari again. Amazing film, by the way. Go on. But yeah, I picked up The Last of Us, so I'm going to actually play the first game.
Oh, yay,
tonight,
Pete.
So.
I didn't realize when you said it earlier today, it didn't click.
Yeah,
I really do want to know your thoughts and feels on the first one.
Okay. I'm going to let you into a little secret here. Okay. Obviously, the people that are sitting at
home
might know.
Yeah, let's get closer.
if you're lucky, and if I feel up to it, Saturday night.
Oh, you might stream.
So I may stream it tonight.
Ooh.
I may stream the opening section a bit.
Excellent. I might
So
be around back around in time for that.
Oh.
Yeah. Okay, well, just a quick little update on myself. You'll see I'm wearing...
Yeah, I was going to get to that, obviously.
If you're over at twitch.tv/rapid reviews, you'll see that I'm wearing
and YouTube.com, but just please search rapid reviews because we don't have a URL yet, so...
Yeah, we're not famous enough yet.
Yeah.
Yes, I have my new... Oh, goodness. Deadbeat has joined the chat with, in all caps, nerd!
Funnily enough, I actually watched that Simpsons episode yesterday as well, so...
But I'm wearing these to actually hide the fact that I've just come off a week of, I kid you not, something called ocular cellulitis, which is insane. But I'm way better now. It was horrible. It was an absolutely horrible experience. But I'll tell you how I got it. So... I do crazy things, as people know. Never follow me. I'm not a role model. Do not follow. Don't do anything I do. But I've been doing a DIY on a bathroom in my crazy house.
I know this was coming.
Yeah, so in my crazy house. Well, for the first 10 or 15 minutes, I didn't put my goggles or my breathing mask on, even though I was supposed to. And I was wall sanding, everything.
Oh.
And so all this stuff hit me and it hit my eyes, and I was like, oh, you dummy. Oh. Clear it out. You're such a big dummy. Blah, blah, blah.
Wipe it in.
Yeah, drive it even deeper.
And as a result, this is why we didn't have a show last week.
And this is why we didn't have a show last week. Because I'm an idiot who forgot. No, I didn't forget. Who refused to put her goggles on, her safety goggles on. But then I did. But yeah, then my eye went whoop. And I was like, what? I'm going to die. Something's happened. I'm going to die.
Oh, the messages I got, the overreactions of what you thought you had.
I'm going to go
On
blind.
On the plus side, you got a good story for this week.
It's true. I did. I took up, about 10 minutes of time. Yes.
But actually not.
Content, yes.
I've got the actual time account in front of me, and it was about 2 minutes.
Oh,
minutes
darn it.
Top, so,
if I could have only made that more interesting. But,
yes.
But anyway, good thing is, pumped full of crazy, insane amount of medicine this week, hospital levels. And then it fixed itself. Well, it didn't fix itself. It used medical intervention. But I'm good. That's right.
It would have fixed itself possibly eventually.
No, I probably would have lost my eye. But...
Yeah, more than likely.
Intervention.
And then Debbie says, putting your site at risk for content. That's what I do for you people. For our lovely, beautiful audience. I put myself at risk for you guys.
Going the extra mile.
That's
or
right.
the 1.6 kilometers for our European fans.
There you go. But
shall we start actually talking
I was
about
gonna
the main
say
event?
that brings us down to, as Pete says, the main event. We have to keep moving a little bit because Mike and I both have to go quite early today.
Me trying to keep things on track is a bad idea, but I'm gonna try my best.
I have full faith in Pete. And Pete, I'm actually gonna turn it over to you. If you will let us know where you guys were and actually a little bit of background information on what it actually is for our.
Which is handy because I got the website open, so I can actually read the description.
Just read it straight from the website.
Research. So me and Mike, I was there for a couple of days for the full 3-day event, but Mike was there on the Saturday, which is the final day, called W.A.S.D. So I'll read the description as they put it from their website. You know what it stands for, otherwise you are in the wrong place.
Yeah.
You couldn't call the event up, forward, left, sideways, down, backwards, right, sideways. Not very catchy.
Oh, gosh.
This is why I wanted to read it, because it actually is quite humorous. So, WASD is produced for you. If you're committed to playing PC, console, or tabletop games, it's for you. If you like quirky indie games, it's for you. If you're a developer of games, it's for you. If you want to study games, it's for you. I think you get the point now, yeah.
It's for you. That's the point.
Yeah,
I don't know. I don't know whether it's for me though.
Yes. How do I know if
Sure
it's
it is.
for
So-
me?
You never said, are you a
Anyway.
content creator? It's for you.
Well, that does actually fall into there as well. So, you know. I'm not going to read it all because it does get a bit annoying saying this to you constantly. So, W.A.S.D is the central playable and interactive feature of London Games Festival. It's happening at Tobacco Dock, London on the 7th to 9th of April 2022. Expect loads of stuff that you would like, including a broad range of playable games, some great presentations from game developers, chance to meet developers.
That's
learn
what I
how
want
to
to
start
hear.
a career in games.
Mhm.
Meet some of your favorite streamers and content creators. I'll give
I
the game
wasn't
away.
there.
Ali A was there. He's definitely not my favorite content creator. He's like low down on that list. But
Didn't
hey,
say.
let's move on.
I didn't get an invite.
Yeah, W.A.S.D merch, a tabletop zone with your favorite board games and some new ones to boot, and a few cool surprises.
Excellent.
Well, there was a surprise. There wasn't actually any W.A.S.D merch because I know I looked.
What?
The first couple of
delay
days.
with the shipping.
Pete, did you give them my
they
card?
had them on show. But...
Did you give them my
Yeah.
card, Pete?
Wait, I have to counter that with a question. Have you ever sent me
I
your
need
card?
to send you. I need to send you my cards.
Well, then I cannot do
It's
what I have
chemist
not
right
received.
here.
Typical Kylie wants me to do something but doesn't do the legwork
That's
herself.
right. No, Pete has to do
He
it.
uses counter. It's super effective.
By the way, I am not a paid employee of her business.
Oh no, Deadbeat just got me. I just got burned. Oh, yeah, your Kylie does great work.
Kylie has
She does.
fainted. Pete wins the battle.
It was a critical hit.
That's a critical hit. I need some salve for that burn. So yes, Deadbeat. I'm all healthy now,
Get some
Deadbeat.
Tagline on it. It'll be fine.
But yes, Pete. Okay, so now we've got a little bit of background. Now let me ask you this: this is the first year of W.A.S.D?
Yes, so it is essentially the spiritual successor to EGX Rezzed. Most of the people who put this event on used to work for Eurogamer.
Right. Okay.
And they were the main team that organised the EGX and EGX Rezzed events in previous years. Until I think it was last year where they split off and decided to actually do their own thing. So they've come up with this. It was basically in the exact same location that EGX Rezzed was a couple of years ago. EGX Rezzed was supposed to be this year at the NEC in Birmingham, but got cancelled sort of a couple of weeks before, unfortunately. So this filled the hole for the first, let's say, the half of the year for conventions until I found out Insomnia in Birmingham was happening this weekend, of course.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which we all know how I feel about Insomnia.
Well, apparently there was a WoW's game week just the weekend before. And the
Oh,
reason
there
why
was
I knew this,
Yeah.
which is really, really random, because Charles Martinet, the voice of Super Mario, was apparently there.
Which was a shame.
Oh,
Because you said that to us on
no.
Twitch,
I got
didn't you?
thinking, oh my gosh!
Yeah. There was another convention happening the same weekend as well that I'm pretty sure the Lost in Cult guys also attended on the Saturday, but I can't remember what it was called, so I'll include that in show notes just in case. Like.
Well, okay. Well, before I'm gonna inform our lovely listeners. In a second, I'm just gonna hand the reins over to Pete and Mike and let them tell us all about it. But I do want to ask, so Pete, I know you have been to other conventions, and Mike, I'm going to assume that you have.
I've been to a couple.
To a couple, just a few.
I may
where I
in
met-
a minute, but I've been to a couple, yeah.
EGX
I'm
2021 was the first time I met Mike in person, actually.
Oh, right.
It was.
Yeah,
Well, that's a
remember
very
that.
funny story as well.
Right.
Yeah.
I'll get to that in a bit.
Like I said on the show at the time, I think it was because you were there, and I had such little time left before I had to check out. I had to throw my match at Street Fighter.
Oh
That's
my
all.
gosh. Oh goodness. That's the excuse.
No, it was the excuse. I had a 3 p.m. checkout and it was like 2:30.
Oh
I
my
had no
gosh.
chance to go forward.
No. But did either of you see a vast difference between, the current convention and pre-COVID convention? Was there a vast difference, not only in attendance, but in procedures and stuff like that?
Yeah, go on, Mikey. Take this one.
Procedures, oh yes.
Right.
Procedures, yes. I think this time around it was a lot, I'd say a bit more lax.
Right.
Maybe because, the general COVID rules and restrictions were, really, really lax. Because when we went to EGX last year, you had to, show that you were vaccinated or you'd had taken the test and whatnot through the NHS app and that. But this time around, we didn't have to show anything.
Right.
So,
Okay.
But I think there were like hand gel stations around, or at least, they were, so that, you could put on the alcoholic gel, I think it is.
Sanitizer or sanitizer.
Yeah, so they had hand sanitizer and antibacterial wipes at every station, so you could clean controllers down and wash your hands, basically. So they've done the same thing that EGX had done in October of 2021. So, except I mean, it was a little bit more spaced out, obviously, because of the layout of the tobacco docks. Anyway, it didn't feel as empty as EGX did.
That's
but
good
it didn't
because
feel,
that did feel very empty.
Yeah, it didn't feel as lively as, say, EGX Rezzed from 2019 before all of this happened, obviously. So you could see there was a bit of a cut down presence. I'm not sure whether or not the presence was cut down because it was the first year of anything or COVID.
Right. Right. Okay, that makes sense.
I think we'll have to see if they do one next year. I think it might be a little bit busier because of the reputation this one might give it now.
Right.
Yes.
Well, it sounds like there's some good people behind the scenes. Which
very much so.
Yeah, which I like a lot. Okay, Pete. Well, that is me gonna step out and hand the reins over to you, and I want to hear about you guys.
Don't go.
I'll just sit here and I was gonna say look pretty, but this is wow.
It's my job.
But I really, really want to hear more than anything. Well, I want to hear about all of it, to be fair. But I do want to hear what you guys played and how it went and stuff like that.
Fine. Do you want me to tell you about my Friday morning experience to actually get to the convention?
Okay, do that. And then we'll hear Mike's.
So, in most occasions, I can get on the train from my house, get to London within 35 minutes, and then walk from London Bridge Station straight over to the docks where they are. It takes about 15 minutes. So I walk over Tower Bridge, and I'm generally mostly okay. It's a Friday morning, it's a bit sunny, it's quite nice, nice normal morning. I've gone up a little bit later as well because my ticket was a bit stupid. But I start walking over towards Tower Bridge and I see a presence of police officers, which is not usually a good sign.
Nice.
Turns out that a couple of campaigners from Just Stop Oil had decided to abseil down the side of Tower Bridge and completely shut it down, meaning I had to walk about 45 minutes out of direction just to get to the event.
Oh, no.
My day there was shorter because I was exhausted after that walk.
You would be. Absolutely. Oh, Pete, that reminds me. What was their food and what was the food like? That's the most important bit.
What, at the convention?
Yes, tell me they had chicken tenders and French fries and cheeseburgers.
Look, they had burgers,
there was
chips.
A burger
there
joint,
was
wasn't there?
There was. It was like on this little outdoor section between two areas. They had a burger place, which, I mean, to be fair, they looked really nice, but I didn't eat them because I've become a little bit savvy with conventions now. I take lunch and everything, and I try to save as much money as possible because I'm a cheapskate.
Yeah.
So,
you need the money to buy the merch.
There you go. There you go. I wanted to leave that open. So they had like a stuffed buns, sort of like those Japanese buns.
Oh, like bao buns.
That looked amazing, to be fair, and I would have had one if I wasn't already full up from lunch.
Love bao buns.
But the other thing that they did have is they did have like a bakery inside, or someone that was doing like fudges and baked goods, stuff like that. So I managed to get a box that was had 3 cakes in it for like 10 quid.
Oh my gosh.
A red velvet cookie, a Kinder Bueno brownie, and something else that I can't remember what it was, but they were all delicious.
Well, that was the most important bit to me. So...
Snap.
Did they have chicken nuggets? No, they did not.
No chicken
No,
tendos.
but then McDonald's was
No.
just around the corner, wasn't it?
There was, yeah. So you could have got your nuggies from there.
Right. You always gotta have those nuggies. Oh, there's nothing better than chicken nuggets or chicken tendos at a convention. They're just
tendies.
Yes.
I thought that was the meme. It's like everyone
Chicken
wants to talk about
tendies.
chicken tendies.
Yes. But yes,
Mike, do you want to talk about some of your experience of the Saturday?
Yes, I didn't have quite an as eventful time as you did, but as we was at the station, we landed in at Stratford, and the elevator was broken, so we had to climb up 3 flights of stairs with a double pram in tow because my brother, his partner, and their 2 kids came along for the ride, and one's like just about 4, I think, and the other one's only a few months old. So we had them in tow. And then we got this double buggy, and we're like lifting it up like some kind of procession thing.
Oh my gosh! You got your workout
pretty
in.
much every station that we hit, there was stairs.
Oh
what
my
a pain!
gosh!
What a
Oh
pain!
my goodness!
But at least we got there, and you know these guns aren't going to build themselves, are they? So.
You definitely got a workout. That's for dang sure. Oh my gosh!
Oh yeah.
Oh my
and then
gosh.
on the plus side, that day I managed to do about 18,000 steps in Pikmin Bloom, so that was pretty good too.
So just to give you sort of an understanding, like we had like a book that was given to us when we got in there, like so we had 2 Point Campus advertised on the front of it.
Right.
So there's kind of a floor map there if you can kind of see what's going on. So that was the layout.
Sorry, listeners.
Yeah, go check YouTube and Twitch. Giving you more of a reason to do it.
I will say, as a person who's well versed in conventions, that is actually quite a good size convention for a first year.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
that's very impressive.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah, for the first year it definitely was. Obviously EGX Rezzed before had like the downstairs section of that building as well, and it was really nice how they did everything there. But like downstairs this year, they did have actually like a press room down there, so it's quite nice to go and sit in there.
Now that's always fun when they have press rooms. I like that.
Yeah.
Everyone should have press rooms.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so when I got there on the first day, that was the first thing I did is I walked straight down into there to eat my lunch because it was like quiet and away from everybody.
Yep.
Yes.
So I sat down, checked the map, and sort of saw where everything was, planned my day out, and then just went from there.
Oh yeah.
I was spending an hour in there because I had like teas and coffee, so I just grabbed another one, just kept going.
Get all that free coffee, man.
Well, not coffee, tea for me.
Yes, that's right. You don't do coffee.
Caffeine all the way.
PG or Tetley?
Oh, there you go.
Neither, actually. Twinings or Yorkshire.
Oh goodness.
Oh, Yorkshire. Oh, all right, I'll let you off. That's
good. Yeah, Twinings is my expensive taste one if I feel like being posh.
Northern Ireland has.
Could be worse. You could have said Earl Grey or something and really pushed the button.
Oh goodness.
Sometimes have one at work when I feel like it.
See,
but that's because it's at work. I won't buy them myself.
Northern Ireland has its own tea. We don't F with that stuff. We have Nambari.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah, shall I go through some of the list of the games that were playable at the convention?
Yeah, absolutely.
And obviously some of the companies that were involved in there. So the biggest name that I think we had there were Sega and 2K.
Now that is really good to hear. That they got big names in there.
The AAA studios, let's say. So, from Sega's point of view, they had Humankind, Football Manager 2022, obviously already out, and 2 Point Campus, which isn't out until next month, I believe.
I'm really looking forward to that. Yeah.
Yeah, managed to play a bit of that actually. Played it with a controller and with keyboard and mouse because each setup actually had both, which was quite handy.
Oh, now that's cool.
Yeah, so I tried out the keyboard and mouse option. Very good. Not as familiar to me as it should be, but hey, I'm starting to play more PC games now, so it should. I might end up getting it on PC rather than console now. But yeah, the controller option is also very good on it. It basically is the tutorial section that they give you, so I'm kind of hoping that I don't have to play that again when the main game comes out. But I know I'm gonna have to. But
yeah.
It's a good first level, and some of the improvements that they've actually made to the game over 2 Point Hospital are very nice. Just
excellent.
Yeah, I can't remember what they were as such, but the aesthetic itself is just generally nice, and I think the idea that it's a more unique property now rather than being inspired by a previous like Bullfrog title. They've
Right.
actually done something the Bullfrog never did.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, very. Now that is an interesting take on that. Mike, did you get to mess around with 2 Point Campus?
I didn't, and that's because I was literally everywhere that day. I did do a lot of mini interviews and stuff like that. I
Right.
just did not have as much time to play games as I like. I did play Cursed Golf, and I played Bullion, which I'm sure we'll get to
Ooh, yeah,
a
Yeah,
little
we'll
bit
get to
later.
those in a bit. Yeah.
Okay.
But I did like the look of 2 Point Campus. I did enjoy very much so 2 Point Hospital, and I was a big fan of Theme Hospital
Oh, yes.
and Theme Park World and stuff like that. So to be able to play that was very, very fun. But for 2 Point Campus, that does look really, really good. I'd like to see, what they do with that. Because obviously when you play like 2 Point 2 Point Hospital, and you get people coming in with funny conditions like imposter syndrome, and one's dressed up like Freddie Mercury, and somebody else is dressed up like somebody else, and you have to try and kill them.
Elvis or something. Yeah.
To see what they're going to do with 2 Point Campus. So, like, they're going to send people to charm schools. They're going to take really, really rude people and make them polite. I don't know. So, who knows?
No, so
Right.
you basically get a
That's a good point.
small look into that in the very first level and such. So
Right.
I think the main theme of it is the first one is a science-based university. So I'm not sure whether that's going to carry across the whole things, but you have to start out by building a lab and then obviously employing it and letting people come into lectures. You already have a lecture hall already made for you, so you can use it if you want to. But the way, rather than conditions being placed on the people, rather than it being hospital based, you have to listen to their demands. So some of the demands that you were getting is, oh, we want a student hangout area, or we need a place where we can study, or so you would build a library, or we need a place where we can live, so you'd build shared campus, like shared accommodation areas and stuff like that. So and bathrooms and shower rooms and all that. So it's, like I said, it's going to be very different to 2 Point Hospital, but sort of the same sort of feel, just in a very different way, obviously.
Right. I mean, that makes sense.
So it'll be something that's familiar with them.
Yeah, you'll still be familiar with the general rule set in which those sorts of games come up to you. So something is thrown at you, you then have to do something about it. And as you get later on in the game, it might be a bit more obscure what you have to do.
Well, yeah. I'm definitely looking forward to that one. I've said previously on this show many times that I love 2 Point Hospital, but I love Theme Hospital. I just love all the Bullfrog games and building games. So
I enjoyed Populous.
Oh, Populous
was fun.
Yeah, I like.
Really enjoyed that. I played that a lot.
Yeah,
definitely.
Yeah, I didn't play that as much as Theme Hospital, but I did hear very good things about it, and obviously when I played it myself, it was very good.
Yeah. So again, I've mentioned this before on the show, but I do not understand how I lived in the U.S. my entire life, loved Bullfrog games, loved Theme Park, never heard of Theme Hospital until I got here. So
I mean, it was absolutely mammoth over here. Like
everyone
game, I think.
Yeah, that's everyone. Like, as soon as they've heard that I love Bullfrog games and like loved Theme Park and stuff like that, it was like, oh, well, have you played Theme Hospital? And I was like, I don't know what that is. And then I got so many links to like the pirated version that everyone has. And I was like,
well, to be fair, I've only ever played the demo of Theme Hospital.
Oh, right.
When they had the PlayStation magazine,
the
demos,
yes,
the demo disc.
Yes.
But as soon as 2 Point Hospital came out, and I thought, yes, this is really what I was looking forward to, and they really managed to drive it home as a very, very good spiritual successor for that. And I'm really, really looking forward to 2 Point Campus to continue the experience, so to speak, with this all new IP. So to speak.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's coming to Game Pass as well.
I know the 2 Point Hospital's on Game Pass, or it was.
Yeah, I think 2 Point Campus is coming day one, I believe.
That'll be good, yeah.
Let's hope so. Anyway, let's move on to 2K, because I'm not going to talk about them too much. They had WWE 2K22, so
right.
I didn't play it. I had a look. I saw two guys actually having a match in it. It looked It went on for about 20 minutes, and I watched most of the whole thing, and it looked like good fun. But
Right?
they've looked like they've refined the wrestling mechanics quite a bit, and does look nice. So having the year off probably helped them, but
Yeah.
doesn't look on my bag to actually play. So moving on. NBA 2K22 already out. Don't care. Let's move on. I did actually, and probably the biggest
Have
game
you
that
played
was there.
NBA 21? 21.
No,
rather.
look.
It's
Look, if
pretty
I want to
much
play,
more or less the same sort of thing.
okay, I'm going to tell you quite. A
How
radical
sweaty
thing
are
here.
they?
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't see. I'm going to tell you a radical thing here, Mike, and here's quite a crazy thing, right? As a gamer, I'm not expected to go out anywhere, but I'd rather actually play basketball in real life than play it on a console.
You know, that is actually true about myself when people are like, oh, are you into the football? And it's like, it's not that I'm not into it. I just would rather play it.
Yeah, exactly.
than watch
I
it.
am more than happy to have a kick about.
Yeah.
You know, just go out
Yeah.
and play with your friends, just kick a ball about.
Oh,
you know,
yeah.
maybe score a goal. Yay.
Yes.
But
Yeah.
actually, you know, to play it. And the thing that really, really gets me with FIFA, and I know a lot of people love it. A
They
lot of my
do.
friends just love it. And
Yes.
every year, they buy the game without fail. And it's like, but you buy the game, okay.
Mhm.
And then you pay to get these packs so you can have
Yeah.
the players that you want. And then the new year comes out, and then you got to do it all
All
over again.
over
So
again.
you spend like hundreds on top of
Yeah, of course.
60, 70 pound game.
And they
then you
do
spend
it.
hundreds and then do it again.
And
Yeah.
people do it. They do it without fail every year. I have
Yep.
friends that absolutely FIFA and COD. That is their bag. That's what
Oh,
they do.
yes.
Yeah.
We're going to move this on quickly. I'm going to talk
Yes.
very, very briefly about this game. Probably the biggest game that actually was there was
Ooh.
Tiny Tina's Wonderland.
Yay!
Mhm.
How is it?
Not my bag personally. Cool looking aesthetics, looks quite nice, like plays quite nicely. If you're a Borderlands fan, you're probably gonna love it.
Right. Well, that
I
bodes
do
well
li-
for me.
I do like how they've implemented the D&D mechanics
Mhm.
basically into the Borderlands style. Obviously, this is much more of a bigger concept than the DLC that
Oh,
they have
yes.
for Borderlands 2. So, I mean, it was kind of annoying because the only way that you could play this was via split screen. So, if you got no one to play this with at
Oh,
convention, it kind of
no.
sucks. But I kind of just set a basic character up and just left them at the start and just carried on myself. So, who cares?
Right.
Um,
Right.
But there were some performance issues. There probably might be a result of the actual build I was playing. Not sure if that was the case. I know it is out, so there's a full retail version of it. So
Right.
whether or not this has actually had updates, I have heard it might have done. So this might be the retail version pre-update.
Right.
No idea, but
Oh,
there were
goodness.
some issues.
Yeah. Well, it's actually good to hear that. Even though it's something I'm looking forward to, but you know, I do like to hear the down things as well.
Yeah, it plays quite nicely. Like I said, if you're a Borderlands fan, you're more than likely to enjoy it. It's just I've played a few looter shooters now, and
Yeah.
it still won't usurp Destiny if that's the case. Because
I
I think Destiny actually plays too nicely.
Oh, Destiny's
It actually
wonderful.
is probably one of the best feeling like looter shooter games out there.
I would agree with that. Yeah.
So, right, we'll move on because I didn't play any of these games, Mike. I don't know if you did. So it was Team 17, unfortunately. So
Team 17, they didn't have any games coming to Switch at that time, so I didn't really play many. I didn't play any. I would have done if there were any coming to Switch.
Sure, I guess because Nintendo's specifically about Nintendo platforms, isn't it? So
yeah.
If you couldn't guess it from the name.
Well, obviously, yeah. But yeah, so the games they had there were Age of Darkness, Atora. I always get the pronunciation of this name wrong, even though Kurt told me the other day what it was. Famesia, which is basically a Souls-like game. Looks very nice, actually, to be fair. I've seen them.
There were a lot of nice-looking games out there, I must be
Yeah.
fair. There was a lot of nice-looking games.
I had seen a lot of the stuff that they've been putting out on Twitter before, so like how they were actually building the game. So I was really interested to see it in motion after seeing all that stuff like slowly come together and showing it. It looks really nice. It looks like it plays really well as well, but I can't give anything more than that from the general actual playing perspective. there are always too many people sort of like wanting to play them, and I just wasn't interested in waiting a long time to play games.
Well, this is the thing when you're like, you know, a reviewer or a content creator or write for a website and stuff like that, that we do have this slight advantage. We have this slight benefit where, you know, when we go to these gaming events, you know, a lot of the times the developers and that will send us codes for these games anyway.
Right.
So, you know, you think, am I going to sit here or am I going to stand here and wait, you know, when the queue drops down and I can actually play this game for about 15 minutes?
Right.
Or do I just talk to the developers, you know, get their opinions on the game, you know, talk to them in person whilst watching other people play it? I mean, I get just as much of enjoyment watching other people play the game and get a general good idea.
Oh, yeah.
As, you know, playing it myself. So, you know, I can talk to the developers, watch other people play it, and I just get this general, like, you know, idea and think, oh, this is a game I really do want to look out for. And seeing other people enjoy themselves while they're playing these games as well, it's fantastic.
That was exactly what I was doing. So I was talking to the developers or the people that were running the stands, just talking to them about their thoughts about the games that I was looking at and just enjoying sort of other people just playing them and sort of figuring them out as well. Because it's just as enjoyable to sort of see the game in motion sometimes rather than just playing it, you know.
Oh, definitely.
Especially like you said, in a couple of months' time, this game's more than likely to be out. We'll probably have a code for it, or it'll be available for a good price that I'll probably want to pick it up myself anyway. So they had golf with your friends. I think that might already be out. I'm not sure.
Golf with Friends. That's an older title, isn't it?
Yeah. I don't know whether Jonathan's reviewed that yet.
Oh yeah.
Okay. I think he may have done.
Yeah. Anyway, so like I said, didn't play any of these games. So Serpent Rogue, Honey, I Joined a Cult.
That sounds fun.
Yeah, it did look like a good game, to be fair. So The Unliving, Ship of Fools, and Marauders. Marauders was their big game this time around. I don't think that's out yet, but I didn't get a chance to even really look at it, to be honest.
Right.
I saw it very, very briefly as I was passing there, and it does look, you know, relatively good. I'm getting the kind of, like, kind of like space exploration, scavenging kind of thing, isn't it? I think.
Oh, right.
Thing.
Okay.
I'm really not doing it justice trying to describe it.
Yeah, so I'm going to move on to Fundful games because there's a couple in there that I know that we did play. So
we did.
We'll pick up first with Lego Brick Tales, actually.
Was that good?
Now, I looked at that. That looks absolutely amazing. And I can't believe, you know, Thunderful actually managed to get the license for that, seeing as, you know, Lego does a lot of, you know, their own kind of thing with TT games and stuff like that. And then there was another studio that did, what was it called now? A Builder's Adventure or something like that. It was by Yellow Bit.
Yeah.
Builder's Journey.
Yeah.
But to see, I was getting that kind of similar kind of vibe with Brick Tales, but obviously it's with the actual minifigs this time around, and it does look very, very interesting.
Yeah,
I
did
that.
get a little bit of time with this game actually. It was the only piece of merch that I got throughout the whole thing, as I got a Lego keyring.
Oh, that's cool.
Did
you get
just a block of Lego? Yeah, I got the red Lego brick. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's now on my keys, which is awesome. And now Rachel wants her own one, which is like, sorry, I can't get one now.
That's excellent. That's excellent.
Oh, you're going to feel really, really bad now because I managed to get like the Statue of Liberty one as well.
Oh, nice one.
Oh, no way. That's awesome.
So, no, I only wanted one. Just I wasn't even expecting it anyway. They just sort of came around and went, "There you go. Here's something for playing the game." I went, "Oh, cool." And I went, "Oh, cool. It's a red one. It's my favorite color. Cool, awesome." So, but yeah, it's basically like an action adventure game, sort of set in a 3D space, but you have tasks that you have to do, sort of going around trying to assemble things to open your path. So you'll have like these little puzzle sections that are in 3D spaces, so you can pick up pieces and sort of apply them to be able to actually make them work, like building stairs or building pieces of machinery to start, moving platforms around to be able to move around the space a bit more. I didn't get a long play on this because one of the puzzles itself was actually in the opening area was incredibly complex. It was really hard to figure out.
That's cool. I like that.
So yeah, I spent like 10 minutes trying to figure out, and I went, "Oh my god, this is hard. I don't know how to work this out. I'm done." I'm done.
That's awesome.
I got enough of a feel for the game to know that this is probably going to be very, very good. So yeah, very, very big get for them as a license to have the Lego, obviously. So good for them. This look graphically as well. It looks stellar. So it looks very, very nice. It's sort of what you would expect from the Traveller's Tales games with the Lego Star Wars games and that, but they put their own slant on it, and it does look very crisp.
Oh, very much so. Very much so. I really do hope it comes to Switch. Otherwise, I might be buying a PlayStation to play it.
Well, I'll probably play it on PC actually. If it comes to PC, I'll be on there. So.
Thing is, I've got
a bit of control with the mouse.
Really old laptop that I do me video stuff on, and that's about it. I don't play games on my laptop.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, my old computer was clapping out, so I needed to actually upgrade it. So now I'm part of that. I have the ability to play PC games. It's just quite nice as an option.
Faster race.
Yes, exactly.
For 2022.
Pete the Chad.
Look, I'm not gonna say that. But I am going to say that because I'm now part of the PC Master Race. So. Anyway, the next game we'll have
PC Master Race.
Right,
nice.
Next few games, I didn't really get a look at these because there was another game that we'll talk about very last, obviously, that we got a lot of time with. So we had Tinkertown. Didn't really see much of this. Swordship. The Last Hero of Nostalgia, and Get Packed, Couch Chaos, and Help High. Didn't really see any of these games because the other two games
was actually pretty good. I did play that. And
is that the one where the guys were like, just after we played this other game, we're just like, do you want to play this? We were like, yeah, we need to go and get some bloody fresh air after playing that game for a long time.
That one, no, I played that one before I jumped in with the other one. Before I jumped in with Cursed Skull. So that was by Coat Sync, who are now part of Thunder Fuller as well. Signed up for the publishing and stuff. And if you've played like one of the other like Get Packed games, because this one is mainly like couch co-op based, so it's more like local multiplayer rather than like online multiplayer. So up to 4 people can play together on the same system.
Yes.
And it gave me a lot of like moved out vibes.
Oh,
so you have to
out
go into somebody's house. Yeah, moving out. That's the one. Moving out.
Yeah.
So you have to go around to people's houses and take all their furniture out. And it came to one point where I was playing with these 2 other people that were playing at the same time as well, and we were moving stuff around. And then there was a cat. And Jack, who's the guy who was doing a PR for it, he said to me, you can also, put the cat in the lorry as well. So I made it like my mission to try racing around, trying to catch the cat and then put it in the lorry. I accidentally knocked the cat out. And then I put it in the lorry, and I'm trying to get out and try and shut the shutters down on the lorry, and the cat would escape. So I have to go back around and get it again. I spent a whole level just going around trying to catch the cat.
That's excellent. That's good to hear, because I actually like moving out. That's a fun one if you got people to play with. So this sounds like
exactly. Anyway, the last game that was there, and Mike's alluded to what the game was. It was Cursed to Golf, and my goodness, I loved every second of this game. It's so cool.
Oh yes.
So it's basically like a side-scrolling, multi-tiered golf game.
Right.
But there's loads of hazards, loads of obstacles. So you might start up here, but the hole's down here, and you have multiple levels that you have to sort of go down.
Right.
And you have a shot counter. You have a shot counter that you play to, and that's basically before you die. So the premise of this is that you are a pro golfer that has died and gone to golf purgatory.
Oh my gosh.
And you have to play your way out of purgatory, basically.
Oh goodness.
You might have statues in there, like silver statues or gold statues that increase your shot counter before you die. So that's obviously quite helpful. And you can play through like an entire 18 round, like a whole round. And that's the entirety of the game. But you also have boss fights like after certain holes as well. And so we actually did see the first. We didn't see the boss fight, but we saw the first boss. It was like the Scotsman, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So it's giant, ghostly like Scotsman with a kilt that plays golf. So,
my goodness.
So We also did get a chance to actually talk to one of the people who has QA tested this a hell of a lot and managed to show us some of the more advanced mechanics in the game. Let's
Very
say,
cool.
Mike, do you want to go through this?
Well, it was talking like the trick shots and stuff like that, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And like these
Yeah.
cards. And I mean, I played the game and I thought I did relatively well, but well, obviously, you know, because he was doing the quality assurance, you know, he's an absolute master at the game.
Right.
And you hit the ball and you can change between the 3 clubs. Now, I must admit, I'm not very, very familiar on actual golf terms, so I'll do my best. I'm pretty
This is
sure
where I
people will
can
be
fill
able
you
to
in.
correct me.
Yeah. So
He
you had
plays
the
golf.
choice of this is funnily enough, it actually helped me throughout the game, and I'll get to that in a bit. So they had the wood, the iron, and the wedge. So no putting required, thank God.
Oh goodness.
No, thank goodness. And then you had like the little like cursor kind of thing, telling you where the ball will go, more or less, like when you hit it.
Yeah.
And then you obviously had your rough patches, and there was obstacles and sandbanks.
Right.
And there was some obstacles that you can actually use to your favor. So there was like fans. If you get the ball into the fan, it would then shoot it up to other areas.
Oh, I like that.
There was also like shortcuts and stuff like that as well that you could take advantage of if you were pretty skilled at that.
Yeah, so they had like sections where you could completely route down the level by hitting like a block of TNT, so it would take you down to the next level. Sometimes it might be an advantage, but sometimes it might be a disadvantage.
I like that though. Yeah, like a puzzler almost, you know.
Yeah, essentially.
Pretty much.
You also, like, I think Mike alluded to it, you had hero cards as well, which basically were like extra things that you could do, so you would apply these and like
perks?
one of them would like so one of them would be able to change the direction of travel whilst it's in the air.
Oh, that's cool. I like that.
You also had so one of the things that you had was called practice shots. So if I was standing near one of these statues that would give you more shots, you could use a practice shot to hit through it, get your shots back, and then the ball hasn't moved and you haven't used a life. So it was a very, very handy tactic to be able to use that. So they'll have more in the game apparently, but like we got I think 4 different ones, and they were all very, very useful.
So there was the one where you could stop the ball mid-air and then it would just drop.
Oh, that's awesome.
That you were saying. There's one that you can actually control the ball while it's in the air. I think he said that wasn't in the demo, I don't think. But
no, there was the one in the demo that he said that I could change the direction because I was trying to get over a hazard where I was on the top level, but right below me was water. So what he said is you could bounce it, stop it in midair, and change the direction.
That's cool.
That's
very cool. I like that.
Yeah, it's very, very cool. Like, and yeah, he was showing us the advanced stuff with like the trick shots and all of that, and it's a very, very fun game. The aesthetic of the game, it looks really, really nice. Like, and apparently they said that they took into mind a lot of stuff to do with golf. That's what I said. I'll come back to that later. So they had a lot of stuff that you would typically use like on a golf course. So they had like the ability to actually zoom out and see the entirety of the hole to be able to plan ahead, which is obviously based off the fact that some golfers would use something called a rangefinder, which is obviously so you can see your distance, your terrain up ahead of you, and sort of be able to plan your shot. So it's very, very useful. They've taken a lot of stuff into account there, and they did ask if I had played golf, and I said yes, I did play golf. So they were looking for my opinion on it as someone who does play golf for real, and I said it translates very, very well.
That's excellent.
Unbelievable to say about a demonic, like, multi-tiered golf platformer game, which is ridiculous. But
that's great.
Yeah,
if the worst comes to the worst, and you end up in golf purgatory yourself, you think, I've got this. I've played the game. I've played golf. I've got this.
Because whether or not my skills translate to real life is different. Because Mike, you went into the tutorial, didn't you? But I came a little bit later than you. I just arrived there, and the setup next to me had just become available, and I just jumped straight in, and no tutorial, no nothing, and just played it. And I have to say, I think he was a little bit surprised that I picked it up as easily as I did.
Yes.
So I'm not going to say pro gamer moment, but pro gamer moment.
Oh goodness!
It was a pro gamer moment. I mean, you putting me to shame.
Oh dear.
Obviously, I haven't played many golf games. I even played the latest Mario Golf. I've only played that for at least a few hours or whatever to just generally to do the general review of the game, get the feel for it and stuff like that for the EGX plays.
Okay.
But actually, I play like mini golf games, that kind of thing, but actually like golf games. But this was really, really fun. And I say you just pick it up and it's like, okay, I'm going to hit it like that much with that much pressure and stuff like that. And, put me to shame, you did.
The thing that I will say about this, actually, it does feel like a mini golf game, but on the larger sort of scale as golf, not quite the same as something like Everybody's Golf or Mario Golf or
Golf with friends. Is it anything?
It would be like definitely golf with friends style in terms of that scale.
Right.
Like, it feels like a mini golf course over a larger golf course. Like, it's very strange, but it's very, very well done. So yeah, I think he said that's coming out in August. I wanted to say.
I think so. Yeah, it's definitely summer, I believe.
Yeah, it was summer of some sorts, but yeah, you can wishlist on Steam, and I wishlisted on Steam immediately. So.
That's excellent. Yeah.
Actually going to cover over a couple of these, like sort of skim over some of the bigger, not the bigger ones, but a lot of these that I didn't actually play, so I don't really want to talk about them in major detail because there was a lot there, and I want to give as much spotlight to everything I saw as possible.
It's very good to hear that there was a lot there, though. I'm actually glad to hear that. Yeah, because
we haven't got to the talks or anything.
Yeah, see, I've mentioned we did a whole show the year before last on Insomnia in Dublin, and there was nothing there. I think it was like Ghost Recon was there, and that was it. So, but yes, keep going, Pete.
Okay, so just to gloss over a little bit of the sorry about this, but I did not play any games. So, Good Shepherd Entertainment had John Wick Hex, Monster Train, The Eternal Cylinder, and Hard West 2. I don't even remember where their stand was, if I'm honest. Yes, I know. Yeah, I know where it was now. Yeah, it was just behind Sega, so I've just seen it on the map.
Oh goodness.
Yeah.
Okay, Fireshine Games had Silt, Core Keeper, Kiwi. Kiwi I'd actually seen on a previous show with EGX because Toby had said about it.
EGX, it was, yeah.
Yes, so
it's supposed to be great.
Talk about that one.
Right.
Looks great, yeah.
Yeah.
Shadows of Doubt and
fun fact, Fireshine Games was sold out game, so if anybody was familiar when Kiwi came in, it was actually sold out. It's now changed their name.
Okay,
right. Yes, I do know sold out. Yeah, okay. Yeah. Cool.
So we also had the Curios showcase, which was in partnership with PC Games N. Yes, they sponsored it, so fair enough.
Right.
71,000 AD. Air, whatever. Albert White, Quantum PI, Birth, Gibbon, Beyond the Trees, Opus, Echo, Starstorm, Star Song, sorry. Ruth's Journey, Shim. Tea Garden, Zazuian Galaxy. Fuck. Right, these stupid name titles. Right, I'll give up. Okay, so yeah, the last two that I'd say are slightly bigger. I played a couple of the games in each, so let's go over these. So first off, we had Curve Games, which had Humans Fall Flat. Played about 5 minutes of that. No, it's already out. I think it was a DLC that I had available for that.
Right.
Not my kind of thing. Moving on.
Okay.
They had Lawn Mowing
Simulator.
Simulator
now anyway, so
yeah, if it's out, yeah.
There was a number of games that were at the event that were out now, like you said.
Exactly.
Like John Wick Hex and stuff like that,
right.
and Kiwi. So if anybody's interested in that, I'm sure there's plenty of reviews out there from yourselves and ourselves included that people can check out if they're interested in those things.
Yeah,
absolutely.
They had Lawn Mowing Simulator, which I've already played it, which is awesome. So moving on. Autonauts, didn't really see much of this. Space Crew Legendary Edition, didn't see much of this either. Ember, I Am Fish, didn't play
Ember's
much of
supposed
those
to be
either.
good.
Ascent and For the King, didn't play much of those either.
For the King, I think, is also already out as well, anyway.
The one that I did play, and I think we're starting to get a bit of a theme of what I mostly played here, Golf Gang.
Oh, gosh.
Swing and a hit.
Swing and a hit, yes.
Okay, I'll go over this one very, very briefly. This one wasn't as good as Curse to Golf, but it was very, very different. So
Oh,
You
right.
essentially play the ball. You are the ball.
Oh, that's
So
interesting.
it's a PC only game, so you have to use the mouse and keyboard, like just the mouse only.
Right.
You have to hold the left trigger, the left mouse clicker to hold the ball, pull it back to play your shot. You have the ability to change your direction mid-air, so long as you haven't played like a heavy shot. So you'll have a recharge timer based on like how heavy your shot has been. There's obstacles all around, and you have to get through as quickly and as little shots as possible.
That is wild.
That's like golf in general, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, not quick. Well,
yes.
Golf is a slow-paced game. A good like 18-round hole. Like,
this is why I can't play it.
3.5 hours. So
see, no.
Yeah, exactly. So, but yeah, it's about getting.
I mean, trying to get it in the hole is a few shots.
Yeah, that makes sense. But yeah, it's the fact that like you might have it where you start on one plane and you're going through the air onto another like section and through like tornadoes that put you over.
Oh my goodness!
Stuff like that. It's like some of the holes were really, really hard, and I think I managed to play 36 holes.
Wow, that's two games, right?
I think they had three. Yeah, so yeah, they had 3 or 4 courses available on the demo. One of them was your box standard beginner course.
Club in between games.
Sorry.
I hope you hit the country club in between games.
Oh yeah, of course.
You know, the ninth
There
hole.
you go. Yeah, exactly. Oh, that's my kind of golf.
So yeah, they had 4 available, so I played 2 of them. One of them was a bog standard course. The other one was an ice-based course. So
oh wow!
Lots of physics at play there. So it was very, very cool. A little bit complicated to start with, obviously.
Right.
Once you get the hang of it, very, very interesting game. So once that's out, I'm definitely going to give it a look. So, but the last studio that was there, apart from the indie section, of course, which, you know, there was a lot in the indie section, Devolver Digital.
Oh,
of course. They're always here.
was
They're
there, yeah.
Always, yeah.
Oh.
So they had quite a few games, actually.
Right.
So going over it quickly, didn't play Cult of the Lamb, looked at it for a bit.
I want to play that.
It did look very fun.
It looked so much fun.
Wait, Mike, did you say you interviewed the...
Did you interview Stephen?
Join me, join me.
See, I want to play it. I'm dying to play that. It looks so good to me.
It looked very good. I interviewed the developer very, very shortly.
Oh,
nice.
One of the guys who, well, I don't think he was the developer. I think he was one of the people working at Devolver, who was handling the event. I think there was a firm that they like subcontracted.
Oh, right.
And I tried to look up the name of the thing because when I recorded, obviously there was a lot of like noise. Yeah. And I'd like to say House Angels, but I'm not too sure because when I look it up, it seems like a catering company or something. I think, okay, I'm messing me up. But anyway, the guy was talking about the game. He was very, very familiar with it anyway. And yeah, it's definitely one to have on the radar. And I think there was a mascot going around as well, wasn't it? It was just the actual sheep from the game.
Yeah. They also had the bullet as well.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. And I'm not sure who it was, but a chicken guy with a baseball bat who kept
I think
dating people
I want to say Hotline Miami.
I want to say so.
Oh my gosh, that would make sense.
Because as I was interviewing the guy, his name was Maison, and as I was interviewing him, it was only very short, and then it's like I can hit Phil tap 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 behind me, and then I went to turn around, he was there.
Oh, that's awesome!
In hand.
Yeah, I remember
Oh, that's great. That's excellent.
I remember I walked past on the Thursday morning, like I was a bit bleary-eyed after an early start, and he just like got a baseball bat waved in my face. I'm like, okay, right, this is an aggressive cosplayer.
Oh, that's great.
Anyway, so we had Shadow Warrior 3, didn't really see much of that.
Excellent though.
Stronghold Warlords, didn't see much of that.
Right.
McPixel 3, Terra Nil, Chord Shock, Death's Door, which Death's Door is already out.
Yeah,
of course,
I was gonna say a lot of these are out.
Yeah, Inscription, which is also already out. Didn't really see much of it. Disappointed I didn't try Loop Hero actually because I really wanted to give this a go. But hey ho. Now that the company are now telling us to actually pirate it, I might just go and pirate it. So,
Goodness.
hey
Oh
ho.
dear.
But the game that I did actually play, which is one of their pre-release games, was Trek to Yomi,
Oh.
which is the 2D side-scrolling samurai game.
How was
Ooh.
that?
Interesting. I really like the aesthetic of this game. It's very unforgiving as well. I like that style, but I got dropped in sort of. I picked up and played like halfway through, so there wasn't really much of an introduction. So
Right.
yeah, it was quite difficult, let's say.
Right.
So yeah, was an exercise in frustration, but was very, very good.
That's good to
Right.
hear. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Definitely
that
one
was
to look out for.
the big players, let's say.
Mm.
They're the bigger ones. So we had an indie section that had an absolute ton of games in there, as you could
Oh
imagine.
yes.
And I
There was
didn't
a ton of
play
them.
a whole lot of these, if I'm very honest. There was a handful of them I did. I'll talk about one quickly. Power Wash Simulator. I'm not going to talk that much about it because Kylie has streamed the damn game.
My favorite.
But yes, Power Wash Simulator, amazing fun. So relaxing, very
It
interesting.
is. It's so good.
Right, so from Art France, we had Art Festival.
Right.
Chimera Tales, we had Hotel Acanium. All right.
Right.
So
These are
Chorus
old.
Worldwide, we had Coffee Talk episode 2.
Right.
I know someone on our team was very interested in Coffee Talk, I think.
Yeah, they were. Yeah.
Is that's the game that somebody passed away recently, isn't it?
Ooh.
I want to say so, yeah.
I think so.
be too
Yeah.
sure.
I think so. Yeah.
Okay.
It's one of the developers or something. Yeah.
Yeah, so we had Hibiscus and Butterfly, Frank and Drake, Mouthman 1966, Neuro Driver, Read Only Memories. Read Only Memories, I know, is a visual novel. Dear Villagers, we had Revita, Solders, The Dungeon of... Yeah, moving on. Don't want to butcher your names of your games, sorry.
Oh, I want to say Berenberg or something like that. I know, because I had to write it down when I was doing the interview.
I'm going to... All right,
Nuremberg.
Or something, yeah. Yeah, something somewhat mildly Scandinavian, let's possibly say.
Goodness. Oh dear.
Okay, and The Forgotten City. So
The Forgotten City as well.
Yeah, Episode Studios had Race for the Arctic, Feardemic, Cathedral 3D, Cosmic, A Journey Among, Shadows, Dark Fracture, Terror, Endless Night. Future Lads already said, had Simulator. Game Drive is Onzo, World War One Italian Front. Okay, brilliant. Game
That's really interesting.
Yeah,
Yes.
That's interesting.
We've always seen it from the Axis powers. And,
Yeah, the Allied.
Never really seen it from the.
No, I've never seen it from the Italian point of view. That's interesting.
So, Games Alchemist, we had Big Job.
Okay.
Big Job.
Not a little job. Big job.
Yeah, Big Job. Big Job.
All right, lads, we've got a big job coming up now.
What's the sequel gonna be? Massive Job.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, not too much for me. Big Job 2, outsourcing.
Yeah.
There you go.
We'll have to double the size of the package on that one.
Oh gosh, Pete, you're terrible.
I know. So Goblins Publishing, they had The Lavulian Winds, Oaken,
Yes.
Ozymandias, and Terraformers. Rose Chivot, I believe that's a French studio. So they had Unspottable.
Unspottable, yes, where you play as a person who has to beat up the others that are pretended to be robots or something like that.
Oh my gosh.
Very interesting game, yeah.
Yeah, sorry, Mike. Stop me if you've played it. If you did get a chance to play.
Oh, I didn't play it. I did talk to one of the developers.
I just meant generally, if any of these games come up, just stop me and say, yeah, I played this.
Well, I didn't play any of them that you were talking about, but I have spoken to some of the developers and the people that were handling press.
Yeah, right. So maybe you might be able to help me on this one, because this is a bigger presence in terms of the indie ones. It's either Koch or Co Media. Well, I don't know how to pronounce it. Yeah, it's
that is Koch
COCH.
Media.
Okay.
Oh, my favorite.
Yeah, I knew Kylie was going to laugh at this one. That's why.
I do. I'm 12.
KOCH. Get your mind out the gutter.
Yeah.
Never.
Never. Okay. So yeah.
Actually, Koch Media.
Okay.
I think it's Kosh. I think it is pronounced Kosh.
Oh God.
But
no way.
Otherwise, people don't think we're going to be talking about Euro trash or something.
Oh, yeah,
Channel.
can you hand that annoying person? Because I can't.
Oh, right. Yep. I sure can.
Actually, no.
Have you got it?
Yeah, block.
Oh, nice. Okay.
So I blocked them, not the comment, whatever.
Okay.
Anyway, so yeah, I'm just going to stick with it because it sounds funnier. Koch Media, Dolmen, Road 96, and the last Oriku.
See, some of these are old, I think. I think Road 96 is old.
They
I think
are,
it's been...
yeah.
Yeah.
If I'm honest.
They are relatively,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I say old, I do mean out is really what I'm talking about.
Right.
Yeah.
So they're released. It's not like new titles. And
right.
Okay, so I can talk about one of these titles now.
Okay.
So we had Quali, which I can't. So don't know. They had Scathe there. I didn't say that one, but Kylie, cast your mind back to the EGX discussion. I know you weren't there for that one.
What's there for the discussion?
Do you remember me talking to you about an alpha video announcement for a 3D fighting game that was weapons based?
Yes, I vaguely remember a 3D fighting game. Yes, I remember you talking about that.
Well, there was a video of that there. They actually had a playable demo this time.
Yeah.
Yeah, Lane's World moment, of course. Yeah, it was called Died by the Blade.
Right. Okay. So it's actually more developed now. Is that what you're saying?
It is developed enough to actually play it. So yeah,
nice.
I got a chance to play it, and
excellent.
I played against one of the devs as well, which was quite cool.
Very good.
So he managed to teach me a fair few things about the game.
Oh, that's great.
My word, I am well interested in this game now. I'm so in.
I was going to say, that is your thing. That is exactly what you like.
So it's taken a lot of inspiration from a lot of other fighting games, mostly Tekken and Soul Calibur.
Right. Oh, good. I'm happy to hear that.
It's on a 3D plane. It's weapons based. So yeah, there's your Soul Calibur.
Yep.
It's got a lot of movement options that are very similar to the two games as well.
Mm-hmm.
What it does have is actually a stamina bar rather than an actual vitality meter.
Right.
So as your stamina goes down, you are more susceptible to one-hit kills.
Right.
It's a very, very cool system. So I think it's best 3 out of 5 before it's a win game, basically. But they have a lot of parries in there, so they've obviously taken some mechanics from other 2D-based fighting games such as Street Fighter.
There you go. Yeah. Either win or be winded. I like that. That's very. Yeah. I like that. That is great.
Yeah. Come on. All right, win.
Anyway, so yeah, they did say that this is due for release, I believe, in October.
Right.
So a bit later in the year, but as an early version of this, the graphic style is quite nice. It's very, very much unfinished, of course. They said that they only had a build that was only just playable for this.
Wow.
So the fact that they got it working and playable and actually very good was very good.
That is good.
Yeah, I'm pleased with this. So I wishlisted this on Steam immediately after playing it. So
excellent.
I think they said it's coming to all consoles but the Switch at first.
Right. So yeah. Poor Switch gets left out again.
It's another one of those because obviously the Switch's architecture is obviously slightly different to the general PC building to Xbox to PS4 and 5. Obviously, running on x86, it's gonna make it a bit more obvious they're gonna come first. But the fact that they've got a Switch version already planned for it, I think they said about 3 or 4 months after the fact is
that's good.
I believe. So they've got it in mind.
Yeah.
Yes.
There's no for us yet.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's move on. Need to get through these as quickly as possible because we haven't even talked about the talks. I didn't cover many of them, to be fair. So, but anyway.
Well, you covered more than me because in the end I didn't have time to do any of the talks, and it's such a shame because I really wanted to do that one. The most important one there, the one at 2:00, wasn't it? Talking about the AAA devs and stuff.
Ooh.
I did catch that one, but I was so distracted. I was on my phone the entire time because I had something else going on at home that I had to leave pretty much soon after. No, there was something going on that I needed to deal with.
Yes, I'm kidding.
So yeah, I ended up leaving that talk sort of about halfway through it and sort of was like, yeah, I need to actually get home, which is kind of annoying, but yeah. I think by that point I'd already had my fill of the entire 3 days anyway.
Yeah, 3 days is a lot.
I was exhausted. I think when Mike saw me, I was a bit shot as well. Like, by that point, it was like, yeah, I was full into my 3rd day, and I just got there for the day, and I was even just looked like absolute hell.
Oh my gosh!
So, yeah.
Well, you still look pretty good to me, mate.
Well, there you go. There you
Much
go.
appreciated. So yeah, they had leather entertainment.
Body positivity.
That's right. Exactly.
Yes. Bullion: The Curse of the Cutthroat Cattle.
Oh, goodness.
Oh, yes, I did play that one. That was actually very, very good. Yeah.
Oh,
so basically, your pirates.
Oh, cool.
What's interesting is, they're actually like bovine pirates.
Cow pirates.
Oh, nice.
And
Awesome.
you can like work together and then stab each other in the back and steal the gold that the other people have got as well. So, pull everything in together. And then if you really want to win, you just
I like that. That's cool.
stab them in the back. You think, oh, bloody pirates. So basically, you got to go around collecting gold and fighting enemies as you do so, and then you gather it up. And if you get killed, well, you can respawn, but you have to go back to your grave to come back into the game. And then there's some levels have hazards and things. So there's one on a volcano, so lava starts pooling up and then going down. It was actually a lot of fun, and I really liked that one of the guys was actually in character as well. So he had this little jacket on and a huge cow head, bull
awesome.
Head. It was very, very fun. I was playing was betraying one of the main characters of the game.
That's excellent. Oh, I love it when they do that.
Oh, nice.
Cool. Give me more mascots. That's what I love.
So yeah, we next up we had lovely Hell Place, which had Dread Delusion.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Low Tech Games had Playhead. Meteorite Media had Kaya's Veil. Multiverse Narrative had Eloquence. Newverse, a guidebook of Babel. That was Newverse is a studio. Should have differentiated. Sorry.
Mm-hmm.
Project WG, codenamed clearly.
Right.
Pow Pow's Adventure Park.
Right.
SCP Secret Files. Outer Dawn had Goblins of Elderstone.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm.
That's not no, not going to do the Elder Scrolls thing. Snow Castle.
I was a warrior, but I took an arrow to the knee.
There you go.
We had Snow
for you.
Iconia Island, Solar Flare.
Iconia Island, that was actually pretty good. That's from the developers of Snow Castle Games. They did Earthlock. I don't know if you're familiar with that one.
Can't say I am, no.
Vaguely familiar.
Okay, so this new one that they're doing, Iconia Island, it's actually like a spin-off title.
Right.
And it's kind of like the Legend of Zelda-esque sort of thing. And it's very, very colourful and very, very good.
Ooh, very good.
Jack is a big fan of their series anyway. And one of the PR guys Jack's been talking to for absolute years. And he said, well, do you have the art book? Do you have the game in physical? And my brother said, well, I played it digitally, absolutely loved it, but I never got these things. And he said, well, here's the art book.
Oh,
here's the game.
Great.
It's like, oh my gosh. So unfortunately, the people at home are not going to be able to see it, but, they gave us
look
the
at
art
that.
for the original game. We even got them to sign it as well. So this is sitting on Jack's bookshelf right now.
That is a
Very
lovely,
beautiful book.
well done book.
That's amazing,
Collector's edition of Super Rare Games.
Oh,
very cool.
That's excellent. That is excellent. That is very high quality looking, even on webcam. It's great.
Okay. Yeah.
We can move on.
Yeah. So Solar Flare London had Shikari X. Tool Story Games had Lucy Dreaming. Team Junkfish had Monstrum 2. Total Mayhem Games, We Were Here Forever. They weren't because they were only here for 3 days.
Oh, Pete. Oh, Pete.
Spider Lily Studios had Schrodinger's Cat Girl.
Oh. Oh, goodness.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, goodness.
Sounds like you might be in a box for quite a lot of that game.
Uh-huh.
You say that, and then it's not so busy. I've got my own little cat girl.
Oh,
Hello.
look at that.
Hopefully it's
Our
not called
listeners,
Schrodinger's.
yes, our listeners
No,
can't
my name is
see,
Jenny.
but there is an adorable kitty, an absolute adorable kitty on our
Yeah.
screens.
Yeah.
Fun fact.
So speaking of
Okay.
animals, we had Ultra Horse Studios, which had Squad Blast. Wired Productions, we had Arcade Paradise,
Right.
Moonlight, The Master Boat, Chronicles, Martha is Dead.
Okay, I was gonna say, they had to have Martha's Dead there, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Tin Hearts, Tiny Troopers, Global Ops, and then Worldwide World Play Games had Days Lost, and Wydron Games had Spellbound: The Magic Within. And that was all the games, and literally every single game that was there at W.A.S.D.
That is absolutely.
There was a lot of games. I think there was probably more games at W.A.S.D. than there was at EGX the year before.
Yeah.
That's
Whole page
excellent.
dedicated to every game that was on that list for the viewers.
Oh, yes.
And they were
You
all
see, so
playable.
that's-
That's wonderful.
It was great, yeah. So
That's
there was
great
a
to
lot to
hear.
play there. Like I said, there was a lot of talks there as well, but
Yes.
I didn't catch that many of them. And if I did happen to catch some of them, it's because I was in the area, and it was always at the last 10 minutes.
Oh, goodness.
I catch more
Now-
Q&A sections than I did anything else.
Well, let me ask you this as we're gonna have to wrap up soon, but
Yeah, of course.
the ticket price. Now, Pete, I assume you got a 3-day ticket.
I
and-
was applied for a press pass. Obviously, we were given
Right.
a press pass to cover the event. So
And then Mike also,
his own
yeah,
one
he
there
has
as well.
press and
But-
creator. Yeah, exactly.
So,
So did that also include the talks then for you guys? That was
Yeah, yeah,
included in
yeah.
everything, all access,
Yeah,
I
think
guess.
that's-
It's
Walk
all
as well.
all of it's included within the price for everybody, not just press and all that. So
That is excellent to hear. That's great to hear. So
trying to see what the price of the tickets were, but I can't see now because the event's off. So.
well, there you
But
go.
I think
I
the
want to say it was around about 16 or 20
Oh, that's-
something.
yeah,
Now
I-
that's
yeah, I
not
think
bad.
the day tickets were about £20 each. I think a whole
That's
weekend
excellent.
ticket for 3 days was £44 or £45. I want to say.
That's
So
really
actually,
good.
price wise, yeah, very, very, very good price actually for this because EGX
The
Rezzed
good thing was, I
getting
think
into
kids
the-
under 10 could go free as well.
Oh,
Yeah,
no,
that
that's
was very, very
really
helpful.
good.
And I did
So
see
people
quite a
had, like,
few
young
under 10
children
kids
stuff.
there as well, so
Mm.
that probably helped with the scope of that because there was a couple of kids there that I saw that were clearly under 10 and they looked like they were enjoying themselves on some of the
Aw,
games.
that's good.
Some of them getting frustrated on some of the games, but that's normal
Well.
part of the course with the kids.
Of course, yeah.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, it was. So Mike, just go to you quickly. Just give me a summary, your summary of the actual event itself.
Okay, well, especially for a first-time event, so to speak, and obviously not having like the big name behind it, like EGX
Right.
or whatever. For a first-time event, it was very, very good. I especially like the distribution of everything as well, and especially of using like the tobacco dock as well, which is the first time I've ever been there.
Mhm.
But it seemed very, very easy to find your way around. Which sometimes can be a bit difficult if you're like at EGX or whatever, because you don't have a very, very clear,
Right.
Yeah, it's
lanes
not
or whatever to
structured
get
at
through.
all, is it?
No. But there, at least, you think if I'm on the left wing, I've got such and such and this, and if I go into the right wing, well, then I've got all the other things. So it made it very, very easier to get round. And the beauty with everything being quite compact in a way, because it was all in like shop fronts, basically, wasn't it?
Yeah,
That
it
you
was.
walked into a booth and you couldn't hear everybody else in all the other booths. So you only heard like the ambient noise of what was happening in that
Ooh.
booth at the time. So you're only talking like 10, 15 people at a time in one room. And it was very, very easy to be able to talk to the developers and actually play the games and concentrate without, hearing somebody up in the 20 miles away or 20 meters away, sorry. Going, so there wasn't any of that, people were very, very chill. And just made it like small environments kind of thing. So I really really enjoyed it. I've been to a number of video game events as well here in Spain and in the UK as well. Went to EGX, went to Barcelona as well for Barcelona Games World back in 2016. Actually met Charles Martinet there.
Oh my goodness.
Which just made the highlight for that for us.
Oh goodness.
And then a couple in Malaga as well in southern Spain. And I've been to all these different events. Jack's even been to Gamescom. I'm so jealous of.
Oh, nice.
Pete's so jealous.
We went there with Richard and Paul, a Switch player at the time. So they went together and had a jolly app while they were, playing games in Gamescom. Still jealous.
Excellent. Yes.
I was planning to go the year after. I was planning to go the year after, but then COVID happened.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
But no, as regards to W.A.S.D, I had a lot of fun there. I do wish there was more merchandise stalls there.
Yeah.
Perhaps. I think Super Rare Games was there, and that was really good. I managed to pick up a couple of games that I haven't been able to pick up before. But, more general merch stores. I do love merch.
So they had insert coin there, but like the selection they had was not great, I'll be honest.
It wasn't a large one. I mean, I was looking particularly for my sister who likes 3 game franchises. She likes Life is Strange. She likes The Last of Us and Mass Effect. And I think the only thing that I managed to find was a Mass Effect jacket, which she's already got one.
Right.
And pajama bottoms, and she's already got them as well. So I couldn't really find much for her. But on the whole, it was very, very enjoyable experience. Very, very much on par with like EGX the year before. If not, I'd probably say even better.
Wow. Ooh, very good. That's good high praise right there.
Okay. Yeah, I'd probably mirror that as well, actually. Like, it was definitely on par with EGX 2021. Like, EGX 2021 obviously suffered with the effect of being the first in-person event for quite a long time. So it was always going to suffer with something. But this one feels like a bit more of a return to glory, let's say, of actual in-person events. Because, as their first event as a whole of their own venture, very well organized as per usual. EGX was always very well organized. So if I'm gonna compare them, I'm gonna compare them obviously because they've been involved in both. So but the fact that they returned to the tobacco dock when EGX Rezzed wasn't obviously able to this time around really helped with that transitional period for sure. I think the building that they hold it in is absolutely fantastic. It's in a great location. The walk there every morning was always such a joy because it's nice weather and we actually started getting sunshine towards the end of the weekend, which was really nice. So
there you go.
That's because I came all the way from Spain.
You did.
I was gonna say you brought the sun with you.
I brought it over for you.
You did. Appreciated. But even
I do have to take it back.
Yes, and it will leave. I do know that.
But so. Like it was like everything was set out nicely, like Mike said. All the talks being in their own rooms was helpful. All
That's really
areas
good.
Being in their own sort of own designated areas, really, really helpful. As some of it, like technically, some of it's outside, some of it's inside. So, but it's all within a confine. So you've got a lot of space to move around. You're not really going to bump into many people. I think the busiest area was probably the bar that was in there. Maybe even go in there once. So
nice.
But it was just a really, really good event. Again, it was just nice to see conventions actually return in person proper. And
the best thing about these conventions, the best thing about these is actually meeting people as well, especially developers that you've been speaking to for weeks, months, years, and never actually seeing them in person. It's always been like emails. So actually, meeting them in person is really, really good. Being able to put the face to the name. Also meeting friends and people that you've spoken to on social media and stuff like that you have the same common interests. I mean, you and I, Pete. I mean, we've only met twice, and we've been speaking to each other pretty much for good couple of years now. And Dottie as well was there, and her partner Richard from Nintendo Players UK. I bumped into him. Funnily enough, he managed to spy me out, and I thought I was quite inconspicuous, but he stares with a big Mario hat and Mike Tender 64 on his front.
Yeah.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, you were definitely inconspicuous.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it was like that's the thing about obviously going to these events as like press. It's a very, very different affair, isn't it? Like where you go there and you're actually like there to talk to people and play as many games as possible and actually write down your thoughts about them or record a podcast about them. But I've been on the other end of the spectrum and going as just a general patron as well, and you still have that same thing there, but except you're just talking to the people because you want to know more about the game and. You are essentially doing a press job as is anyway, just by going to the event and sort of doing a job for them, you know, in some respects, and then talking about it to your mates. So, but, you know, the fact that we've got people that we know within the industry does actually help with that because we can do meetups, we can, you know, pull resources together and talk about it and get people in to obviously guest on podcasts to help with that, like yourself has done for here, of course. So, but yeah, it was really cool and. You know, shout outs to obviously Dottie, who was there 3 days and only saw me on the last day when I was there with Mike. It was just so strange. That's how well spaced out everything was that I didn't run into a single other person for 2 days.
Wow, yeah.
It just happens, doesn't it? It just happens.
Yeah.
I mean, you could be all in the same room and then just not see each other.
Yeah.
The same with a couple of others that were there, which when I put on social media, because they said that they met up with Dottie as well. And it's like, I'm on their Discord as well. And every now and then I play with them. I must admit, I haven't played with them lately because just schedules and stuff like that. It's manic at times. And it's like, if I'd known that you were there, I would have come and said hello because it's not like I live here in the UK. So it's, you know, harder to just bump into somebody and say, oh, hello, how are you doing? But yeah.
I mean, I'll be honest, I was hoping that more of the Together We Play lot were going to be there, but none of them sort of appeared, which was unfortunate. But I mean, it would have been perfect for that kind of thing. But hey,
it would have been. Well, that was the thing. I was trying to like set it up with Ross, who's obviously taken over the reins of it now, but we just couldn't make it work in the end, unfortunately.
Everyone was busy sort of around
because
about
if he's
that
coming
time.
from further out, it makes it a bit harder for the meetup and stuff, and I can totally understand that.
Oh yeah,
it does.
Richard wasn't even there. I do know. I think Paul was there on the Thursday or the Friday.
Player, wasn't he?
Yeah,
I know Andrew Dickinson from Lost in Cult was there for a day, but then had to move on to the next one too. So there were people there, but that's how big it was, how spaced out it was. You could barely see anyone there, which was strange. So. To actually meet up with Mike, I had to collar him, sort of like message him on Discord and go, "Yeah, I was going to be here at this time and whatever."
And I say, "Look, message me on WhatsApp because I'll have it. This is where I am." Because otherwise, you just don't meet. You just don't meet.
Yeah.
And it's funny enough because when we tried to do it the first time round for EGX, and I've saved the best till last now because we were going to try and meet up at EGX as well. And now I've never really seen Pete in person. Now we've spoken through Discord and voice chat and stuff like that, and especially when we played like Smash Bros through Together We Play. You know, you can only have so many faces come up on the camera when you're playing.
Right.
So if you've got 8 and Pete is like right at the very end or something, even if you're playing a game and talking, you don't even see each other.
I don't usually put my camera on for those sessions anyway. It's just voiceover.
Yeah. Also, as well, and then we like use icons on social media. So you're like, okay, who's that? You say Pete Beck, and it's just this like his avatar kind of thing.
Yeah.
Like, okay, and then going to the event, and I know I'm meeting up with him, and I'm meeting up with a couple of other people as well, including those from Nintendo UK that are there for the day. And then we're in the queue, and I just did not phase. I'm in the queue, and then there's this tall bloke come up next to me and go, "All right," and I'm like, "Yep." Bloke him. I thought he was going to rob me or something.
I was going to rob you. That's what I forgot to say. There's too many security guards there.
I can buy a ticket there or something.
So yeah, I tried my best to obviously try and talk to you, and you were just like, "Yeah, I must be like not coffeed up at this point. I have no clue who you are. What the hell, dude?"
It was really, really early in the morning.
Oh, that is too funny.
9 or 10.
It was about 9:30, 10 o'clock, I think. Yeah.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, the brain had not kicked in. I hadn't had my morning coffee. I mean, obviously, I'm a bit more identifiable. I'm wearing my trademark. I'm not wearing it now because it's too hot. With my Nintendo 64 logo on it, so
Right.
someone's gonna look and say,
Yeah.
"Okay, they're them."
Right.
But because Pete wasn't wearing like.
Yeah, I mean,
Which
we
I
were
think was
supposed
my
to. There was a
fault. That
big
was my fault.
Yeah, me and Toby were supposed to. There was a snafu in terms of Kylie actually getting the shirts made on time.
Yeah.
That's
it's my fault.
Comes back that comment from
anyway,
Debbie Punk that says, "Yeah, Kylie does great work."
So I was like meeting up with everybody and like trying to dial in with Pete now, and then we finally met. I think it was just outside where they were doing the.
It was a
Street
Fighter
Fighter
area,
wasn't it?
Yeah.
Oh
And
goodness.
then looking at Pete, and then I'm like, and I was doing a double take.
there
Like,
we go,
Pete's like working it out now. It's like, oh
Yeah.
my god, I am a numpty. I actually saw you before, and my brain just did not click. And I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, I'm so sorry.
No, it's fine. We did have a good laugh about it when you did come over and say during the Street Fighter stuff. It was just like we had a massive laugh about it. It was
Oh, that's
so funny.
good.
So I spent some of that day going, did I offend him? What did I do? Look, it was early in the morning. I'd had a late night as well, and like a few days I was there. I was like, Jesus, man, I'm so tired.
You would be.
Yeah,
You absolutely would be.
Yeah, that's the thing that I do not miss about 3 days worth of conventions is the utter exhaustion afterwards. I'm still reeling from it, if I'm honest.
3 days.
My sleep schedule hasn't picked up from it.
So
But
much.
I think, look, I'll be honest, I think that's basically it, and we're near our allocated time for the day.
We
So
are.
I think we need to wrap up.
We are going to wrap this up. But it has been wonderful. I love hearing both of you guys' experiences with the W.A.S.D. I don't even know how to say. Is it just W.A.S.D?
W.A.S.D.
W.A.S.D.
Some people have called it W.A.S.D. Some W.A.S.D.
Yeah.
W.A.S.D.
WASD it up. WASD it up.
W.A.S.D. Yeah, we can
W.A.S.D.
all the W.A.S.D. up. You know,
W.A.S.D. up. W.A.S.D. up. Yes, I like that.
Exactly.
But it has been very good. It actually makes me pretty excited for several reasons. Because I miss conventions so much. I'm glad to hear that they do sound like they're coming back. And as people know from experience on this show, I have not had a great time at conventions over here in Ireland. So I'm not saying that they're all terrible, and I'm sure they're going to improve as time goes on. But I do want to just hop in my little car and drive over there to the mainland and go do some other conventions.
You have to next year.
I am 100%.
Or later on in this year, if EGX is
yeah.
try and go.
Yeah, in the fall or whatever, I should be free to drive over there and enjoy some conventions. But it has been great having Mike on the show, finally, after 2 years.
Very, very happy to be here.
Yes.
Happy to finally be able to talk to you guys on your podcast.
Yeah, it's been great. I've enjoyed it very much.
Yeah, you've been a watcher and a commenter before, so it's nice to actually have you on for.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. I am honoured to be on the show.
Aw, well, we appreciate that.
Plug your stuff.
Yeah, go ahead and tell us where we can find you and just plug everything you got going.
Okay then, well I'll give it the general spiel that I do for like my YouTube videos and stuff. And
yes.
Say to you all, I am Mike of Nintendo 64. We do news, reviews, interviews, and so much more over on our website www.miketendo64.com.
Excellent.
We also have a YouTube channel where we post gameplay videos. We have moved on from doing like general reviews and gone on to what we call X-Plays, where we basically explain what the game is like. And then provide gameplay of the game so people can make up their own opinions.
Love that.
Because, well, when you do reviews and that, time constraints and stuff like that, and you really want to be able to just enjoy the games that you're playing and just say, yeah, in this game, this is what it's got, this is what I really like about it. And, if you want to know more, well, here's some gameplay, you can see the game for yourself. And if you enjoy it, well, then take a punt. And that is with the P. Hunt. No swearing. But yes, I'm very on the nail there. Sorry.
All good.
But close. And that's it. So we are Nintendo64 on YouTube. We're on Twitter, and sometimes we use Tumblr as well. And if you do want to follow us, well, we'd be very, very honoured to have you join us. And also, be sure to continue watching, and listening to the Rapid Reviews podcast. It's been absolutely fantastic to be a part of it. I've been a friend of the show, as you say. And you guys are, family to me.
Yeah.
So thank you very much.
Oh, definitely.
Okay. Just as a quick side note, I just went to go and search on YouTube for Mike Tendo 64 just for the link for obviously show note purposes. So find them all in the show notes. One of the top searches is Mike Tendo face reveal.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, I hope that is me.
I don't know if it is.
No, it should,
not.
It should be Mike Tendo 64. I haven't heard the stream since. That's it. Yeah.
I know. I just
That's
saw
great.
that one and thought it was funny.
That's wonderful. Okay.
You look for this icon. You look for the logo. That'll be that one.
Yes, of course.
Yep. Pete, what about you out there in Neverland? Where can they find you?
Yeah. You can find me on the usual places. If you know the show, you know where to find me. But it's at Pete Beckett1, spelled BECKETT, and the number 1 on Twitter. But you can also hear me on the Never Watchers podcast, the Marvel Cinematic Universe podcast I do with Kurt Lewin. And we should have a new episode of that coming this week. I've still got to just edit that. So
excellent.
Yeah, that's on good and bad podcast players. I think. Kylie, are you back on your social media grind yet?
Yeah, I'm kind of on that grind a little bit. Again, I mostly talk about games here on the show, so I wouldn't show up expecting a lot unless you want to talk about Fallout and all of Fallout 4 mods that I'm totally obsessed with. Simulator. Or Power Wash Simulator, but right now I'm absolutely obsessed with Fallout 4 mods.
Well, I've got a car I could use washing.
I love power washing.
I
do. I love power washing in real life too. I have to get my car this week.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Nice.
I can't wait. But anyway, yeah, you can follow me at Kylie Tegreet, which is at KILEYTEHGREET. Over on Twitter.
That refresh has helped you.
Yes, see, I actually remembered it and didn't need Pete's help for once. But we have so enjoyed, first of all, having Mike on the show. Absolutely.
Yeah.
We have enjoyed our listeners and our watchers. And remember, you can always join us over on twitch.tv/rapid reviews. And then, of course, catch the show every week just on your favorite podcast player.
Also, be sure to check out the YouTube link, which was also in the show notes. If you want to see the audio, the video version on there, or just search Rapid Reviews on YouTube. We should be able to find it because we don't have a URL yet. So please subscribe to 1,000 so we can get that URL.
I was gonna say we aren't famous enough, so like us and subscribe. Like and subscribe.
All the content created stuff.
Yeah.
Be sure to hit that bell notification.
That's it. I couldn't remember. That's it. I could not remember what they
so
say.
You'll be notified every time we upload.
Hit that bell. Smash that like button.
Please don't smash your phone screen.
It doesn't have the thing on it. We'll give it.
There you go.
What sort of stuff are you doing?
Oh my goodness.
Nice.
Well, thank you so much, everyone. And we will, as always, we will see you and talk to you next week. Bye.
Bye. Until next time, keep on gaming.
Bye-bye.
That's the podcast. I think we'll go ahead and wrap up the stream as well.
I think we will, yeah.
Yeah. But it has been great.
A fun one.
It's been a fun one, very much, and I'm not kidding. Y'all have made me want to go to a convention so bad.
We'll have to. Trust me, EGX rolls around, hopefully.
Oh, yeah.
September, October, I think it is. So.
We'll have to do a show, Pete. We'll have to do a live show, and then...
Yeah, we will.
Get Mike in.
That's why... Well, this is why I want to get you over to EGX so we can actually do an in-person for the first time, for 2.5, nearly 3 years at that point.
Yep.
Rather than this just being an internet-based podcast, we'll actually be
do a live
down
show.
Those IRL barriers.
There you go. I would love to do a live show.
Where Kylie will see me for 2 hours, record, and then go, crap, I need a dark room for 5 days.
I'm actually like that no matter what. You give me
that's why I said
human contact.
Press room.
That's right. Oh, that'll be my new home away from home. But yeah, I think we're gonna wrap up the stream as well. Thanks so much, Mike.
Okay.
And
Yeah, thanks, Mike.
very
That was
welcome.
amazing.
we'll see all of
You're very
our.
welcome, guys. Happy to be here. And if you need another guest sometime soon or whatever, I'm here.
We'll give you a
Yep.
shout.
You're on the
Absolutely.
Rolodex.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you aren't getting rid of us now.
Nope.
Every
Yeah.
time we've got a
I
scheduling
won't want
conflict,
to.
it's like, right, there you go.
Well,
All right.
if you decide to open up a Spanish part of Rapid Reviews,
Well, do you want to go?
rápido.
Do you want to get someone to voluntarily listen to our podcast and transcribe them in Spanish? Then go ahead. I can't do it myself personally.
Oh, that's a good one.
Our Spanish correspondent.
As it is.
All right. Well, we will talk to you guys next week. Bye.
Okay. Do let me
Bye.
know when it's available.
Oh yes.
We'll do, yeah.
The podcast, and then I'll share it on my website
Yeah,
as well.
Oh, definitely.
We will tag you in the Twitter post when it goes live.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Lovely.
Okay. Then. Well, thank you very
Bye.
much.
See you later, everyone. Thank you
So-
very much. Enjoy the rest of your time over here, and safe flight back on Monday.
Bye.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Bye.
See you later. Bye.